Hello and welcome back to part number 3 of Bronze to the Top, episode number 9. Once again, I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain. I understand you all know that, but I say it every time because I genuinely like the sound of my own name. Actual fact. So, part number 1 and number 2, we saw Bubblegum playing some 1v1 TVTs. Part number 1, she was defensive and I felt coped very well in general. In part number 2, she was offensive and didn't cope so well. Didn't stay on top of her minerals so much. Didn't stay on top of producing and expanding. In part number 3, we are going to watch a TVZ. And I'm hoping she's going to be a little bit impressive. Let's get into it. Here we see, will we see another split? Yeah, we do. Oh, and has this ever happened to you? Because I do it. You grab all your workers, you're like, yeah, go mine this thing, and you click here instead, and then they all end up over here, and ugh. I'm going to tell a story. I've probably told it before. It's one of my favourite stories. I stayed round Andy Lochtey's house. Andy Lochtey is, of course, my cameraman, and also my friend, but we now describe him as my Krang. He is the secret brains behind everything I do. As I forget to switch the vision on, so you all saw, it was a Zerg. You saw it on the mini-map. Yes, I was staying at his house for a weekend because we were going to film, in fact, the interview with John Harrington the day after, which is also available on youtube.com/Manchester Barcraft. But anyway, I was staying at his house and we had 2 PCs set up, and I had to borrow just like his crappy mouse, like a Microsoft mouse, and I was trying to split my workers and, you know, be generally good and look cool because, oh, he's in Masters and I was only in Gold at the time and I wanted to beat him, which I did, by the way. But I selected all my workers and then I tried to click here and clicked here, and then I kind of accidentally worker rushed him. Like, I rallied everything down to here, and my workers got to about here before I could fix it. For some reason, I didn't win that game. Oh, and look at this. This is nice. Okay, getting back into this game. This is nice from Sally. We're seeing, once again, the Scout, which was missing from the second game, but which we had in the first game. And we see the Wall-Off against Zerg. So already an understanding of how that works. Very impressed with that. Took me a long time to figure out what walling off was, why it was so important. This Scout, not the best rallied. What you want to do, or what I tend to do, is rally to here, about where that is, and then rally here, here, here. You get to count all the drones, and you get to see the spawning pool, if it's going up. Now, we do see a lot of drones, we do see a spawning pool. A little bit scary, but we got the wall off. And look at this, we're up against Casey's, he just says hi. Okay, I say we have the wall off. This SCV needs to just immediately go and make a supply depot here. Just a thing. We do have a gas up as well, which has not got any workers in it. We lost our scouting SCV because we just left it behind the main, and for some reason Casey's didn't allow it to survive. Okay, so we're going to go 2 barracks now. 2 barracks. Our second supply depot was up here instead of in this wall, but finally we are going to wall off. Unfortunately, we've left the Marine outside, so if Lings come up, he will be caught by surprise and probably killed, or we'll open the wall to try and get the Marine back in, and then the Zerglings will just run in and kill everything. As it is, no Lings have arrived just yet, despite the fact that the pool was finished by the time we scouted it. So honestly, we're probably okay. Finally, we're getting gas. We've got a second gas going up, so clearly we want to go some kind of factory tech after this. Orbital command up again, even early this time. That's at like 4:15. It takes 30 seconds, so yeah, it would have been about 4:20. Look at me trying to remember everything about Terran. It's been so long since I played as Terran. The upgrade's complete. Are we going to get a mule or are we going to get a scan? I'd like to see a mule go down. But a scan would not shock me, just to check things like gas. That factory is going to go down. Finally, a response from Bubblegum. This is the thing that bugs me as well. You come in, you scout with that gas, you scout with the pool, but you didn't scout that second gas. You don't know if this is some kind of speed, you don't know if he's getting roaches, you don't know anything really. All you know is he had a pool up. That is the total extent of the scout. And right now we have Marines the wrong side of the wall. You want them this side of the wall so they can shoot things that come up this side of the wall. But hey, again, these are the things we learn. Let's take a quick look at the unit counts. They're not terrible for 558. We're not producing right now, and that's a real shame. We've got a ton of supply available, so that's not a problem. We could see an expansion, but that would be strange to see. And now we're going to pull this barracks back so that we can build a tech lab. And we're going to not quite wall off because that supply depot is in the wrong place, which is a shame. But again, these are things we learn. There's actually a 1 hex gap there. Marines can fit through it. Ooh, excuse me. And more importantly, Lings can fit through it. But we're going to build a ton of a ton of production facilities now. We've got 2 barracks already done. We've got a factory with a tech lab already done. We've got a 3rd barracks on the way and an expansion. So look at that again. Minerals are down. Yeah, it's not the most efficient way. But do we expect that? Sally's new. She's in bronze. Don't be mean. Let's keep an eye on the positives throughout this, which is, look at these minerals. Seriously, when you started playing, okay, maybe you played Brood War, maybe you were awesome at Brood War. Do you remember the first time you played Brood War or Command and Conquer? Yeah, did you have 50 minerals going down to 0? Because I sure as hell didn't. I had like 6 billion minerals. So honestly, I'm really happy with what's coming out of Sally Jackson's play right now. And look at this, we now have a wall off. Yeah, that wasn't perfect, but screw it, now we've got an extra one. What do you want? We fix our mistakes, and now some Lings come up. They do have speed, they will kill these 2 Marines because they are on the wrong side of the wall. But hey, look at that, the wall was effective. We stopped them from getting in there. They didn't see this expansion going up. They don't know what tech we have. The Zerg is scared right now. Oh my god, there's only one base. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it. I don't know why the screen is scared, but it is, okay? Don't question these things. Just accept.
Research complete.
So siege tech is done, and now we have siege tanks coming out shortly that will be able to use it. Because the important thing is to get siege tech first. Once we have siege tech, then we can make siege tanks, and as soon as they pop, they can siege. We have an expansion command center. It's not yet doing anything, but now it does. Look at that. Morphed it straight to normal command. There's the improvement. 2 games ago, we saw Bubblegum drop the expansion and did not at any point morph it to an orbital. Now, drops the expansion almost straight away, morph to an orbital. Great stuff. Now, do we have less SCVs up here or something? That just looks really weird.
Complete.
I feel like we have less. Oh yes, she did Maynard some. There must have been. Oh, because the rally path actually takes them all the way down here because of that wall off here. Wow. Okay, so Sally even Maynarding some workers. Not entirely sure if it's worth doing at that level, but hey, it's another thing. We see the pros do it on screen, and we want to do it too. We want to feel like a pro, and why shouldn't we? To be completely honest. Now, once again, we have a dearth of scouting from Sally. Stick a Marine on this watchtower, or this watchtower if you're feeling brave. Just so you can see these things coming at you. It's a very simple change, and it will make your play just that bit more effective. And just time yourself to look at the mini-map down in the corner here. I pointed at it, you can't quite see me point at it. And down here, if you didn't know that's called the mini-map, now you do. I'm sure you did though. Who doesn't? Like, I knew that, and I didn't even play Brood War. We have an SCV just sat here. This idle worker here. It's just going to sit there. It'll do something soon. Oh my god, roaches! Roaches are coming in. Oh, roaches are scary. Guys, roaches are really good. And they're even better when you don't have your tank sieged up in position and half your army fights, and you don't have stim, and you don't quite have medevacs yet. So now all of this will die. This orbital command will have to lift off because that's the only way to beat roaches, is to just lift off everything, fly it to the corners of the map and then give up. But you make them wait an hour. You hope they get disconnected. Again, these roaches are just doing a ton of damage. No more right now coming in. The dreaded 7 roach rush. This orbital command is saved at the last second, but it will burn down. So okay, things we can take away from that. A, we want our siege tanks to be sieged. We want them to just, if you're going to sit them here, siege them. Second of all, we want to rally our marines down to where our siege tank is, rather than where they were rallied here, so they can all fight at once. C, you want stim earlier. Stim and combat shield and any upgrades. You got the tech lab early, that was great, but you want to be upgrading things. So easy to forget. Now we have a starport, finally the reactor goes down. That throws us off, you know. We lose an orbital command, we lose a base, we feel scared. But they didn't come up into the main, they didn't kill us. I know right now we can all see it's 24 supply to 101, so don't worry, Sally has lost this. But of course, in this game we do not know that yet. So now we have production structures not building anything despite the money. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. And this is one of the most fundamental things you have to get right in this game. Again, they're hotkeyed well, so you can make out of them. But honestly, we're thrown at this point. Sorry. Ah, I've never seen that before. That was such a... that made me giggle. I know, I'm a child. Shut up. Oh, as I try and recover myself. Everything is so warm and tired today. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, you want to be constantly producing out of these. They're all hotkeyed up nicely. Well, this one isn't now. But before, like, everything here was all hotkeyed up. Well, look at this. Even going to re-expand. Because you feel okay.
Ready for dust off.
He hasn't come and killed us. Maybe we'll survive this. Together. We can fight through this. We can come back from anything. Because that's what StarCraft 2 is all about. My God, it's so warm in here. Gonna take another refinery. Like, still, like, Sally's dead here. Like, just, oh dear. Right? Oh dear. But there are things to take away from this play as well. Not just looking at the things like, oh, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, we didn't do this. Because that is a problem. But there are things to take away as these roaches come in and murder everything we hold dear. And those things are... the initial expansion was much better. I can't watch this. This is horrifying me. I am of a nervous disposition. That is a lot of roaches. But I want to stay with this for one reason. There's the GG. Look at that. That was a horrible loss in many ways. Like, it makes you feel really, really bad. But still, GG. Good game. Absolutely right. So I'm just going to kill the game sounds. Okay. So the things we can look at that are positive. I spoke about the negatives, the things you can fix in the future. But what's positive? We got an earlier orbital command. We got an earlier expansion, and we morphed that expansion to an orbital command. We got more production structures up. We kept minerals lower for longer into the game. These are all really big improvements, and they're coming so quickly. I'm very impressed, to be quite honest, with Bubblegum's 1v1s. And she's done 8 in total that she sent me. Obviously she's done a few more since, but generally she just kind of sticks with 2v2s with her boyfriend or team games. Her boyfriend, by the way, is wicked cool. Really like him. Mark, I forget his last name because I'm really bad with names, but he interrupted our interview, but very kindly backed out as quietly as possible, because that's the nice guy he is. Anyway, there are positives, there are negatives, and honestly I'm impressed, and I hope it was enjoyable for you to watch that. It was enjoyable for me to remember like how it felt to be new, to do all these things, to try and figure these things out. I really enjoyed it. I want to say a huge thank you to Sally Jackson for sending me those replays. It must be nervous, because you know you're not playing up to a standard, even the standard that, say, I play to, or my friends like Guitar Bazaar and Nort, who are decent players. Nort, by the way, getting all the way to the finals of the first ever SCVRS Bronze Silver tournament. Congratulations to him. And Guitar Bazaar, congratulations for building battle cruisers in a game that was streamed live. Anyway, yeah, huge thanks to Sally Jackson, because it must be nervous to do this. It must have taken some courage to send in these replays, but I really wanted to do something like this. And again, it's another nice way to introduce you guys to Sally Jackson, who, of course, will be joining me and Andy Lochte in a monthly podcast about the UK scene that will be coming, rather, in the next couple of months. The first one will be done by January, is our basic thing. We're just trying our best to get everything set up, to get some good guests lined up as well, and to make sure everything runs runs smoothly. So that is it for today. I'm done with this. I will try my best to get this uploaded, but if it doesn't arrive till Thursday, I do apologise. Not that you guys know that I'm recording this right now, because I'm not streaming it. I have fibre optic internet coming in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. I have to ring them up again tomorrow and hope they fix the problem with processing my order. If they haven't, I'm going to cry, and I will cry live on stream. But once that's done, I'm going to start streaming regularly pretty much every day, anytime I play StarCraft 2, as well as streaming Bronze to the Top live. High quality VODs will still go up on YouTube always, but I will actually be streaming live as well, which is so fun. I do occasionally stream now in low quality. That's where all this streaming cool stuff came in, and I thought I'd add it to these videos because it makes me look professional. So you can also check me out over on twitch.tv/Voctor Gaming. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to 3D Gaming for picking me up, for letting me take part in their practices, and for coaching me to make me better. I will be returning with Bronze to the Top episode number 10 sometime in the next few days, where I will be back to doing some 1v1 ladder and seeing if I can get into Diamond. Scary times. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the future.